Hey everybody! Well, Matt Hoover here. Been a little while since I did an update, and I felt like I should probably do one because today I went to get a prescription filled and I had to give the pharmacist my driver's license, and she said, "Wow, looks like you've lost a couple pounds." I was like, "Yeah, I have," and wanted to do an update because along with the weight loss, there's been a lot of other changes, and people have asked me questions about, what it's been like for me, what it's been like for my family. And I figured I'd take a few minutes to kind of sum it all up. Well, most of it anyway. But I guess we start with weight loss. So I had my surgery October 15th or October 10th, October 10th or October 15th, middle of October. And as of today, as of this morning, I was down 172 pounds, which is not too bad. I think the biggest thing for me is that I haven't strayed from my meal plan or tried to stretch my stomach out. I've heard people like, "Oh, I haven't lost that much weight," or "I've only lost 30 or 40 pounds," which is good. I don't want to downplay that, but I think for me, I've just always naturally lost weight quickly, and staying on plan and working out. And with this whole stay-at-home stuff, I've been working like a dog around the house, splitting wood and building fence. All kinds of stuff. So, I've stayed very active. But the weight loss part has been very easy. It's just fallen off. Statistic-wise, when I went in for my surgery, I was wearing 42-inch pants. I was a 42-32. My new pants that I wear now are 30-32, so I've gone down quite a bit. I think that'd probably be my first piece of advice too for those of you who have the surgery. Don't go out and buy new clothes every time your pants don't fit. I went through clothes so fast. I gave away suits. Expensive suits, but I think it was good for me to just get rid of them because it takes away that net of like, oh, if I gain some weight back, I still have some clothes to wear. It's like, this has to be my new normal, and I don't plan on going back up to where I have to wear those again. So get someone else to, get some use out of them. But it happens very quickly. I was going through a pair of pants almost a week for quite a while there. So I started just going to Costco and buying $14 jeans and dealing with it. So don't go blow all your money on a new wardrobe, because when it's all said and done, you're going to have such drastic changes, and the clothes that you think are going to be your size aren't even close. So that feels pretty good. One of the drawbacks, I did end up getting kidney stones. You got to drink your water. Sometimes you don't feel like it because you're like, it's just a few drinks and you're full. And I think I started working out too soon afterwards, and so I was sweating a lot, and I wasn't able to replace that. And I noticed it when I was working out, like when I hit that wall of dehydration, it was just done. There was no way for me to get that water back, so I had to be really careful. And now I stress. I carry around a jug of water with me and put lemon in it. I don't know if you ever had kidney stones, but they're pretty painful, and for the most part can be avoided. But as soon as I told them I'd had the surgery when I went in, and they're like, "Oh, okay," so you gotta stay on top of your water. In fact, when I get dehydrated real bad, I can feel it, so I'm very mindful of that. I think something that people don't think about when they have the surgery, because they're like, "Oh, I feel great, my life's different, I'm wearing better clothes, I'm fitting better," is your family. And my wife has watched me go through this change, and beyond the physical is like the emotional and the psychological changes. And my kids too is like, whereas before I'd be like lay around on the couch and get home from work and watch TV and do nothing, and then try and figure out, oh, I got to do a little work around here, and get tired after a little bit. Now I'm working all day long. Even my sleep has changed, where I'm getting up at 5 a.m. without an alarm, excited to do stuff, and working until the sun goes down around the house, and doing tough manual labor. I'm probably working harder now since this whole stay-at-home thing than I ever did when I'm working a real job. So it's been good for me, but you have to keep that in mind, that your kids and your wife or your significant others, they're used to you being a certain way, and when all of a sudden that changes, where it's like, I'm not hungry, I'm not going to have anything to eat right now, or I'm going to work a little longer. I'm going to do more stuff. You got to take that into account. And I guess I hadn't really done that, is how that changes for them too. So there's an adjustment period for everybody. And be sensitive to that. I don't think I was sensitive enough to it, as I was changing clothes and getting excited. Oh my gosh, look at this, I lost all this weight, and look, I've got some abs. And, it's like, hey, other people are going about their lives, and they're going through this change with you, and they may go at a different speed. So it's important to keep that in mind too. Something that was kind of strange is my next door neighbor, didn't know who I was, because he'd always seen me out and, struggling around at 350, 360. And the other day he came over and was like, I didn't even recognize you. Are you okay? Like, you thought I got sick. I just lost some weight. I had that surgery. Don't feel bad about having the surgery. I think I've had people that, oh, you took the easy way. I don't believe it's been very easy at all. The weight loss part has, but the mental and the physical is probably harder for me than it was when I was on the show, or when I've lost weight by myself. The other way around, because it happens so quickly, your mind doesn't have time to adjust. And that was one of my biggest fears, because when I was on The Biggest Loser, I came off the show and I hadn't changed my mindset towards food. And I was like, because it happened so quick. You're like, I got a new body, I'm a new me. And this time I really focused on, really getting control of my food, my emotions, because I've always been an emotional eater. And when that was taken away, you're forced to look at those issues. And it's probably the first time in my life where I feel like I have control over food. And, one of the things that has really helped me is that I know when I'm about to take one bite too many, and I'm still adjusting and like, okay, stop now, just stop, because it's uncomfortable and it's not worth it, and I can eat anything. I can have all the foods that I've enjoyed before, I just have less of them. I think I've shared before, my wife and I went on a date one night and we spent like $17, whereas before, it was 50, 60, 70, $100, no problem. And now it's like, we're just going to share something. And they look at me like, what? I'm just going to have a couple bites and that's it. But it becomes more, talking and enjoying each other. And I still struggle with that a little bit of, what do I do? Because I eat quickly and I'm done. I'm like, okay, back to work. But, slowing down and enjoying the food. But that'd probably be the biggest thing, is be patient with those around you, and don't expect them to just like, hey, everything's awesome, because for you it may be, but for them there's a lot of changes. For years my kids, saw me as pretty sedentary, even though I thought I was active, but now they're seeing me in a different light, and I think it's good. My wrestlers, I coach a wrestling team, being able to be active with them and then seeing me put the work in has been good for everybody, I think. But now I'm at my goal weight. I weighed 182 pounds, and now it's time to start building muscle. I do have a little bit of loose skin on my stomach and on my arms a little bit, but not bad. I think I can put muscle in there, build them up, and go from there. But I think the biggest takeaways is stop at the bite before you're going to be miserable. Drink your water. And be patient and be understanding that, it's an exciting time when you're losing all this weight, but it can also be emotional for everybody else. So if you have questions, ask. You go ahead and ask me. I didn't even realize until like a month ago that I could get questions on here, so I feel kind of bad for that. If I didn't answer you, I wasn't blowing you off. I didn't even know. So we can answer some questions and go there. I'm going to try and do these like once a week, because I think it's important to talk about what's going on the mental side. The weight loss side, like I said, it takes care of itself. But the mental, they can't prepare you for it. I've lost weight quickly before for the show, but that was for a contest. And this was like, this is for life. I didn't go through this and put my family through this to just go back to the way I was. And, it's been 6 months, and I really feel the difference on the mental side, where I don't feel like I'm going to go back and go back to those old ways. I don't miss them at all. I don't miss eating too much and being uncomfortable. So it's been interesting, but hope everybody's doing good. And like I said, drop me a line if you want me to answer some questions. And like I said, I'll start doing these once a week and checking back in and letting you know how things are going, and talking more on the other side of it as opposed to just the weight loss side. So hey, take care, be safe out there, and we'll talk to you later.